The birth of the Duggar family's 19th child, Josie Duggar, Jim Bob, and Michelle Duggar, was broadcast live to fans. Show about the life of a family. Josie had passed away, according to a report that circulated online a long back. Due to the story's widespread popularity, a trustworthy source addressed the allegations and identified certain issues with it. The Arkansas Duggar family was introduced to viewers of reality shows such as Counting Through and Counting On 19 Kids. Through it, fans had the opportunity to meet all 19 of the Duggar kids, including Michelle, Jim, and Bob. Their 20th kid, Josie, led to a change in the name of their TLC show. The beginning of the 4th season of 19 Kids and Counting featured an article on her 2009 C-section birth. According to a recent internet hoax that gained popularity, Josie passed away in October 2025 from cancer. According to this Facebook post, Josie passed away at the age of 16. Some versions of the story even included images of the little Duggar being used as a memorial. Snopes, a website that verifies information and identifies false online reports, became aware of the story. Because the subject was so significant, the website took on some of its issues. According to the website, there had been no internet discussion of Josie's cancer prior to the article going viral. There is not a single reliable source claiming her death. Another Google search was cited as evidence for the assertion. As late as October 13th, Josie was also seen in pictures and videos that her older siblings uploaded. Johannah was the only one of the Duggar sisters not included in a recent Instagram video. Reunited. We are happy that our sister-in-law Kendra is here with us, despite the fact that we miss Johannah. Johanna wrote the comment, and it was largely accurate. Jinger Vuolo later revealed that she and her mother were in Texas for Share the Arrows, a Christian women's gathering. Finally, Snopes stated that Josie's family would probably be the source of any news regarding her, since she has a large fan base and is well known from her TV roles. Some of the most well-known news websites will undoubtedly write about it. The website ultimately concluded that the widely circulated tale was untrue. Gaining popularity on reality TV frequently has its own set of challenges. Since the Duggar family appeared on the well-known TLC program 19 Kids and Counting, people have been watching them for a while. Josie Duggar, the family's youngest child, was the subject of one of the more terrifying recent incidents. The fact that Josie was singled out in a startling death fake is unsettling. Her family was taken aback by this and became really concerned about the negative things that can occur on social media and in the world of celebrities. The humor starts to come together. The issue began when a number of erroneous social media posts and publications claimed that Josie Duggar had passed away. Fake news articles, tribute notes, and even what appeared to be quotes from the Duggar family flooded people's timelines and news feeds as fast as the hoax spread across numerous platforms. Those who follow the Duggar family were surprised by an unexpected and tragic incident. Since Josie's premature birth in December 1996, many of them had been following her life. Josie Duggar weighed just 1 pound 6 ounces at 25 weeks of age. She experienced numerous health issues as a child and spent several months in the NICU neonatal intensive care unit before being able to return home with her parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar. Despite being exposed to severe health hazards as a baby, Josie developed into a strong, courageous young woman who is commended for her upbeat outlook and strong familial bonds. Her admirers followed her through infancy and into adulthood. They watched her on Counting On, the family's spin-off program, The Hoax's Effects, and attended family gatherings. Josie and her family were immediately and severely harmed by the deception. The Duggar family, who are known for having close relationships and strong religious views, were immediately harmed by the bogus allegations. Ideas. Those who had watched Josie's development on television and the internet were angry. Many were perplexed as to how such a hoax could have gained such rapid traction, and some even began to question whether the allegations were accurate. Josie must have been devastated to see the news of her own death go online. Her parents, who had already endured a great deal due to Josie's health issues as a baby, were particularly devastated by the deceit. Michelle Duggar had to face the unpleasant reality of what transpired next, while Jim, Bob, and many others were terrified and depressed due to a false story. They had to publicly declare that Josie was still alive and caution her fans about what they read online. False information spreading on social media is not a recent issue. Fake news and the proliferation of sensationalized tales have long been major issues. However, Josie's fate got so intimate that many of her supporters were able to relate to it, because the rumor was more likely to be believed by those who had witnessed her struggle for her life when she was younger the issue became extremely emotional. The role of social media in the fraud. The incident highlights a more significant issue in the digital era: the power of social media and its impact. Rumors can spread to hundreds of thousands or even millions of people in a matter of hours with a few clicks. They are therefore more prevalent than before. It was nearly impossible to stop the rapid dissemination of some misleading information about Josie Duggar on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The ease with which false information can proliferate is among the most concerning aspects of this predicament. On the one hand, social media facilitates rapid information sharing and communication. However, technology also facilitates the rapid dissemination of misinformation. Regarding Joss, the death fake not only damaged her reputation but also contributed to the spread of misleading information, which unnerved and confused her followers. The news startled those who had spent years following Josie's life online. Later on, they discovered that it was all a lie. Social media platforms and the individuals who publish on them are both accountable for ensuring the accuracy of the content. Large social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have made an effort to combat fake news in recent years by implementing fact-checking features and flagging potentially misleading content. However, this episode focuses on demonstrating the need for more stringent regulations and increased accountability to prevent such scams from occurring in the first place. Josie Duggar stated this. Josie Duggar addressed the hoax by discussing the uncertainty on her personal social media accounts. Her writing about how the lies harmed her and her family was genuine and unaffected by anger. She expressed her satisfaction with the amount of information available and emphasized the need to exercise caution when obtaining news from unreliable sources. The encouragement she received from her true admirers during this period. Josie made it apparent in her remarks that she was determined to continue and not allow to describe her would be a lie. She took the opportunity to emphasize how crucial it is to verify information before accepting or disseminating it, despite the fact that it was difficult for her personally. After hearing her message of love and courage, many people who had been offended by the misleading information felt better. However, the death faking was. Josie, on the other hand, found it quite distressing and demonstrated the strength of her base. She took use of the opportunity to warn people about the perils of online deception and to advise them to exercise greater caution while obtaining information from social media. What took place and what was discovered. The responses to Josie Duggar's fictitious death served as a sobering reminder of the negative outcomes that can result from social media fame. Although Josie and her family were able to resolve the issue in the end, they will probably be affected by the scam for some time. The incident also demonstrates that people should exercise greater caution when sharing information online and speaking with the media, particularly those who are in the headlines. Another component of it is advocating for greater accountability from social media firms. If there were more effective methods to identify and combat false information, hoaxes might not spread as readily in the future. Because of her early hardships and the emotional bond her story had with her admirers, Jessa was even more upset by the phony. All users must now exercise caution when disseminating information and investigate the sources of shocking news articles. The resilience of a family in trying times. Despite their struggles, the Duggar family continues to be a shining example of fortitude and solidarity. They have persevered through everything, from Josie's early health issues to the most recent death hoax. It demonstrates their mutual affection and trust. By managing the joke gracefully under duress, they demonstrated to the world that they would not allow the lies of others to define them. Even though the death hoax was extremely distressing, it also demonstrated the value of support systems, such as those provided by friends and family. In addition to persevering until things improved, Josie Duggar's tale demonstrates the resilience of people in the face of adversity. The falls caused some confusion among others, but it also strengthened the bonds amongst the Duggar family members.